I love all people.
Yeah, I love all people. The long-awaited podcast with Soup. This went very well. I loved it. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy about an hour and 40 minutes of content. And I was so kind to put every single question up on the screen while we're answering it. That way, in case you kind of lose yourself for a little bit, you can see what's up. And I'm going to see if we can hit our goal for our man Soup. I'm going to guess 2,000 likes. If we can hit that shit, prove his ass wrong. He don't think we can do it. All right, enjoy the video. What should we call these podcasts? I don't know what to call it. They got to be clickbait. Hardcore Iron Man.
Hardcore Iron Man.
That's good. Question markers like deaths. They gotta be clickbait somehow.
We ever plan on dying?
Soup died? Question mark.
Just clickbait.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right. Welcome, guys, to a brand new podcast. I have on me.
You're not wrong.
Fuck it, I'm gonna just keep going. I have on the line with me. That's the gayest shit ever, dude. We have
Nothing
Soup
wrong,
today. He definitely needs an introduction because nobody knows who the fuck he is. He's got a hardcore Iron Man. He plays RuneScape. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself since no one knows who you are.
Yo, what up? My name is Soup or Stefan. I've been in the game, the RuneScape YouTube game, since 2010. I'm pumping out content. Most recently,
Shit content. What? I don't know if we call that content. There's limits.
We'll call it 10-minute videos.
10 minutes.
10-minute videos.
10-minute video of your
guides. Recently pumped out the hardcore content. You know, risking the
yeah, this guy does crack
every
in
day.
two, in case you guys are wondering. So we're gonna be going over some questions that I've been asked for this lovely Q&A. Leave some questions for the next podcast below. I guess it's kind of a Q&A, but it's mostly just a podcast. Some of these are RuneScape related, and some of them are not at all. Because I think if it was just RuneScape, it'd be kind of boring. There's not much to say about RuneScape, so we're gonna go ahead and dive into. We'll go with the RuneScape question first, and then we'll jump into a non-RuneScape. So we'll maybe flip-flop between the two.
Sounds good.
Let me find some that is interesting for... Okay. This will be a good one, because this is one that's going to probably be asked in the future a lot. What is your opinion, Soup, on bank presets?
I really don't have an opinion on them, to be honest, man.
You played when they were around, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not really sure if I would use them or I use them that much.
If they were to like be pulled, would you like them to be altered in any way so they're more respectable and not abusable?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really not that familiar with them, but I think that the chance of them being abused, like how could you abuse that bank presets?
Like bank skills, pretty much.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, like in terms of let's say EHP and XP per hour, would it really buff it that much?
Not really, but like the only quote-unquote skill involved in like doing a bank skill is how fast you bank, even though it's like mouse keys, but so it's like it would take away any aspect of like self type of control.
So it'd just be like 2 clicks and you'd have an inventory of whatever again.
Well, with the preset it'd be 1 click, and then you just like use whatever in your inventory on the other item and then press spacebar.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's just 1 click, like on your, it's like 1 or 2 on your keyboard.
I don't think that would ever be voted into old school.
Probably not. Okay, so I got like 2 things to say about this one, because I'm sure people are gonna one day ask for it.
Yeah.
One reason I would vote yes to this is because I think this would be helpful for PVMers and PKers. So imagine you die, you go back to the bank, you need to re-gear. 1 click and you're boom, you're good to go.
Yeah.
And a bank preset also allows you to set up your inventory, not just what you're wearing. So you would have everything like set. So you pretty much just set yourself up to PK once, and then if you ever die, you just click 1 button and you're good to go again. Same with PVM. If you want to camp a boss for a while, you'd make a preset for it, and then you could just keep going. The only thing the issue that I have with it is the skilling for the bank skills, and with that, I would put probably like a timer on it. Maybe you can only use it every 2 or 3 minutes. That way you can't use it for like rune crafting much either or anything. So it's just, it lets people that are doing other things still use it. I guess it'd be good for like farm runs or herb runs. That'd be kind of big.
I could definitely see that being useful with, like you said, especially for PVMing and PvP and the things for farm running. But I think bank standing skills would be pretty OP. Yeah. Or actually,
if there's a timer, it would prevent any type of abuse in that way.
I think that if...
Go ahead. You are the guest.
Oh, thank you.
And the bitch.
No, I'm saying I think that in the future, if people were to want it, they would 100% put restrictions on skilling. But that just sounds amazing in terms of like, with all the cracking we do.
Imagine cracking. I could just go right back in there.
Yeah, literally no bank time whatsoever. So
it's already like no bank time. I mean,
yeah.
Well, I guess you gotta bank everything, but
it's pretty simple. I don't think it would ever be voted in, but if it were, they would definitely put restrictions on it. So
yeah, I agree. All right, let's jump into a non-RuneScape related one. First thing, we got to get to know Soup a little bit. So I'm gonna ask you right away: tits or ass?
Tits.
As if RuneScape players have a choice.
But... if I had to,
you go with tits. You go with tits.
If I had 2 porn vids in front of me, right? And the left one had tits and the right one had an ass, I think I would choose the tits. I think I would choose the left one.
Oh god!
But I respect all women, so
I
watch both fully through to get to know the girl.
That's the right answer.
What about you? What would you choose?
I've always been an ass man since day one. Throughout high school and everything, has always been just ass. But I feel like once you get in contact with the girl that actually just has tits, it's not such a bad thing.
Not at all.
So, like, I don't hate the fact. Like, if they had just tits and no ass, I'd be fine with it. I would prefer an ass and no tits, I guess, if I had to choose between the two.
All right.
So,
I mean, I still go for personality first, so,
Yeah, that's always number one.
Of course. Okay.
Very true.
We agree on that. That's important.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one I haven't thought about yet. If you could have a conversation with anyone in the world, if they're dead or alive, doesn't matter. Who would it be? I haven't thought about this one myself.
If a conversation with anybody in the world, dead or alive, who could provide me with the most knowledge?
Elon Musk.
I'm not gonna say some cheesy. I'm not gonna say Zazima. I feel like people would say Zazima as a safety.
Oh no, not RuneScape related.
Yeah, not RuneScape related. Oh man, it's actually a tough question, man. There's so many people that come to mind.
Yeah, I didn't think about this one.
I'm gonna go with. I think I would talk to somebody from way back in the past.
Like the 1900s.
Assuming there's no communication.
Like
no, like I'm talking like Roman times.
Like fucking Rome.
Like Alexander the Great.
Okay.
Because while we do know a lot about that time, there's a lot we don't know. So if I could ask that guy anything, I think it would help out, historians and everything to better know what it was like back then. That's a bit philosophical.
That's the most boring thing I've heard of in my life.
Oh, come on. I'm thinking of the people here with this question. Plus, the dude was bad at... Oh, even like Genghis Khan, too. I mean, that guy was... Whew.
Who the hell is that?
Dude, that's the guy that literally raped and pillaged half of Asia.
He raped?
Yeah, he's like 20% of people are direct.
You're into that
conqueror.
shit?
He was a conqueror, okay?
He conquered the pussy.
I played as him on Age of Empires, okay? And I thought I knew a lot about him.
Who would I pick? What about you? I don't even know. I haven't thought about this one at all. I'm gonna go with Tupac. I'm gonna ask if he's really dead. That's what I'm gonna pick, dude.
He would teleport you to... Dude, we don't even know if he's dead, though, man.
Exactly. How could we be talking to him? Like, yo, are you really dead? Dude, I would have the best video in the world if he wasn't.
You could clickbait the hell out of that video, dude.
It probably wouldn't go viral, though. I had to put, like, Logan Paul in the title, especially nowadays.
I met a dead person. Tupac in the thumbnail.
Just edit it. It's fucking... Dude,
blur space in the background.
that's a question I had for this podcast.
Was the Logan Paul thing?
Since it works into it so well.
Yeah.
What do you think of the whole Logan Paul thing going on?
Like, what an idiot, dude. Okay, like...
Okay, wait. Let's just cover the basics in case people aren't aware.
Okay.
So, Logan Paul is a vlogger, 15 million subscribers, caters mostly to kids, made a vlog recently in Suicide Forest in Japan. And he recorded his reaction, basically, whether it be fake or not, to witnessing someone being dead, relatively, like, recently. Probably, I would say, considering the purple hand.
Yeah, he looked pretty fresh.
It was fresh. And he thought it wasn't that bad an idea, and then he got a lot of backlash, so he took down the video.
Oh man!
So
I think it's the most backlash any YouTuber has ever gotten.
I'm actually very surprised it got that much. I'm really happy about it. But
me too.
Why can't Jake Paul get this much backlash, dude?
Yeah, did you see what he did? Jake Paul did like the day after.
Is it the sex bait one?
Yeah, I lost my virginity, and then he had a thumbnail was him naked in bed with his girl. Like they try to one up each other. It's
I know.
I don't know.
I love it. It's so sad.
It's so sad.
It's good rivalry between the two, though.
Yeah, it is. It's the thing is, while you know they did. I hate to say, but they technically deserve a lot of the success they get. Like they grind, you know, they put out content every day. So
they're so lucky to have like editors and shit, though, dude.
Oh yeah.
Because like, imagine how much time it would take. I'm pretty sure Jake Paul said he edits his videos sometimes. But I think that's bullshit. I don't think he edits.
Yeah, there's no way.
Like, bitch, you don't even like dealing with the other humans. There's no way you want to edit your videos. Not a chance.
Highly doubt it. Unless he has some secret talent we don't know about.
Nah, I sure as hell ain't nothing there.
It's not video editing.
Nothing there.
Dude, I was gonna say, I think that they literally just think number. They think in terms of numbers, dude.
Yeah.
If they all they see is views, subscribers, and money. I truly think that's all they see.
Do you think, with the way Logan Paul reacted, do you think that he was actually laughing for the purpose of the video, or that was just his actual way of coping with it?
Yeah. I heard that it's actually. I mean, I think I've done the same thing where when something sad has happened,
exactly.
Like,
I've done the same thing.
I do see. You know, I do think that he was truly just a bit nervous, didn't really know what to do, started laughing. So I just think his response to it was the worst thing. Like his Twitter response.
Oh yeah, he had the worst Twitter response.
He like.
Dude, it was like a cockiness thing. Like,
yeah.
What are you doing, waving your dick around in a fucking apology?
If you guys didn't know, he had this Twitter response where it's 2 pages that he wrote on his phone, and then
I'm a good editor. I'm gonna put that on the screen right now. Boom. Yeah. Oh shit! Look at that.
He's like, I. You know, I didn't put this video up for views. I get views.
I thought, dude, I kind of laughed when I read that because I was like, this motherfucker is on his knees, but yet he's not on his knees.
I was like, is this serious right now? And then he put a peace emoji at the end of the apology.
Peace out, bro.
It's just like, dude, whatever.
When I first saw the video as well, I thought I was like kind of curious as to like how the ratings were so good. I saw when I first clicked on it, it was I think 5 million. I saw a tweet by Keemstar. He said some shit like, "Today was gonna be a great video," and then the Logan Paul thing. So I went to look at what the fuck happened. And the ratings on the video were like 450,000 likes at the time, and like 3,000 dislikes.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
well, he has his what are you like these loyal fans that will like it no matter what. Yeah, and technically, I mean, as a YouTuber, that's what you sort of dream of having. You know, people who like your video no matter what. I need me some.
Actually, I do have loyal subscribers already.
Yeah,
but
you do.
I need me about 15 million more of them.
Yeah. I mean, he has this horde of kids who will just follow him no matter what. You know.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I initially took the video as bad as like
neither.
I guess
Me
now.
neither.
When I first saw it, I was like, this is a little extreme.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have recorded the dead person though, for sure.
Yeah, looking back, when I first watched, I'm like, this is sort of weird, dude. I didn't think it was that crazy, but as I reflected on it, I'm like, wow, he really like did a fucked up thing. I mean, this man put a dead body on his video.
I would say like the only time that like what he did would be acceptable would be like, one, if first of all the parents would have to give you permission, and two, if it was like a documentary type of thing. If it was like learning about the forest and maybe seeing like firsthand type of shit, then like okay, because then like you know what you're clicking on. But this was like
a Vice documentary or something.
This was like a dude releasing something where he knows he has a lot of kid viewers. So it's very, very different. So that's why when I was watching it, I viewed it more as like a documentary. Like I automatically was like, this is what it's like. That's pretty crazy. I wasn't thinking like this is the dude's life and, you know, the kid or his parents or maybe even kids type of thing.
The biggest thing for me was that he acted surprised. He's like, oh my God, we actually found a dead person in the suicide forest. When he knew, he most likely knew he would find it. Yeah, his reaction was probably genuine, but it was also, he was excited to find a body, dude. That's the sad thing. He was excited to find a dead body because he knew he'd have a big video out of it. So
yeah, I think that's one thing that he's definitely guilty of.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so we're both on the same page with this. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to one RuneScape topic. Interesting one. Summoning.
Summoning on old school.
No, on RuneScape 3. What do you think about it?
I liked summoning back in the day. Pre-OC, I liked it. I really did.
If you had to change some things as well, like how would you implement it if you wanted it?
Oh, implement it on old school? Oh man. I'm trying to think. Well, first off, I would not let the summoner, the things you summon, be used on other players, because I don't remember. I haven't played pre-OCR.
Skull tricking stuff.
Like the lava, I think it was like a lava titan or something. That level 99 you could like use on people in the wilderness and stuff, and it was insanely OP. And stuff like that, I wouldn't ever want to see.
Do you mean the Steel Titan?
Yeah, the Steel Titan. That's what it was. The Steel Titan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think
so.
Like
okay, I thought you meant like for like skull tricking type of stuff. I think some skull tricking happened with him later on.
Yeah, I remember the skull tricking.
But back in the day when I used to do Greater Demons in the Wildy, which for some weird reason is a really like memorable type of video I made way back in the day. My cannon would shoot someone else's familiar and it would skull me, and it was a really weird bug.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was like 2012 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, way back in the quite early. It was 2011, 2012, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that I lost I didn't lose anything big, but like I didn't realize it until much like later on, because I had like a rapier and claws on me in case someone rushed me.
I think I remember that video. I'm not even kidding, dude. Like
yeah, I made quite. I didn't like make them on purpose. It was just like I was doing Slayer, so it happened to be that task. But yeah, all right. So go on. What else would you say?
Yeah, and then obviously I would never want to see it, like the pack yak. Or
would you ever have a bob though, or like just nerf it quite a bit? Like it holds 30 items.
Yeah, nerf it. In fact, I don't even know if I'd ever, or maybe, I don't know. This is sort of pushing it. I mean, maybe you can bring a familiar with you that can store food for you, but you can't store anything inside of it. Like you can't put anything in it.
Just like so anything else besides like food.
Yeah, anything else besides food. Like for example, if you, I mean, because think about it, if you can put food into your familiar, take it to God Wars, and then also put your drops from God Wars back in the familiar. Like that just elongates your trip.
The only like I've thought about this as well. The only issue I have with this is that people are like already doing this with alts. So it's like like you know what I mean. People stay in the boss room long enough to have 40 kill count again, and then they just trade their alt. So that's why like when I think about it, it's like people have a big issue with it, but at the same time, no one is currently having an issue with people using alts for a God Wars dungeon.
Yeah.
It's like it's the exact same thing. It's just no summoning. So
I think it's I mean, I see that. I guess I can see that point of view. It's just
I mean I used to do that when God Wars came out. I used to bring my newbie account and I used to resupply my entire team. I would resupply because it was just so much quicker because we didn't have those keys yet either. And then I would just have them pay me at the end of the trip for the potions because they were very expensive back then.
I guess people just see that as more acceptable than having a familiar behind you, you know?
Yeah, which, I mean, it's interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
It is the same thing, though, when you look around it and you notice, like, you're being resupplied still. It's the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know. It is interesting. But I think that the old school team has already said multiple times, like, we don't really want to bring anything back that's been in the game before. So... yeah. So, but maybe you never know. In the future, people will vote for it.
I think they said if they were to do an update, though, like for skilling, they'd want it to kind of be like a skill we've already had. I think that was like their intention with like sailing. Okay. Remember? I think that's what it was with sailing. They wanted to kind of match dungeoneering, and then I guess we got raids instead. I forget exactly how it went. I wasn't really playing or paying attention much to old school when this was like a thing.
Yeah, that was early on with the sailing and everything. They had everything planned out for that too. It just didn't pass a poll.
Yeah. Wasn't it close?
It
Sailing?
was. It was like 70% or something. I'm pretty sure.
That's so shocking that a new skill was that close to passing.
65, 70. Unless I'm remembering the wrong thing.
Even 60%, I would say, is like pretty decent for like a pretty big update. Well, one of the bigger updates that we've had.
I mean, that's an interesting topic. Like adding a skill to old school itself, right there. Like, when are they gonna do that? It's been 5 years pretty much since old school's come out, and no new skill. So
I honestly don't know if we're ever gonna get one. I don't think people are gonna get the 75% to pass.
You don't think so?
I don't know if we'll ever reach it.
I think it will. I think not this year, but maybe next year. Because I'm trying to think if the community, I guess if the community wants it,
they might cozy up to it. It might originally pass at the 60%. Then they make some changes to get it higher.
Yeah.
I could see that maybe passing.
I just will be excited because I like when something new comes out because I like seeing the people who instantly go to and try to find the best methods to do it. So like if they put a new skill out, it'd be so cool to see the people who instantly rush it, who's first to 99 and stuff. You know.
The interesting thing about new skills is that normally it's filled with like 100 people that go for like 200 mil right away.
Yeah.
Like whereas like when old school came out, people were just going for max. There was some people going for 200 mil in like some stats, but it took a long time before the top page of any stat was filled. Maybe besides cooking. I don't know. That's kind of a given though. But even cooking took like I think over a year probably. Where I think if they released a new skill, it would be 200 mil all pretty quickly. Like or 200 mil front page would be gone within probably a year, just because there's a rush to a new skill all the time for some reason.
It would depend on the skill too. Like if they release a skill that let's say is a winter dot skill. Or if it's a rune crafting skill, you never.
If it was semi AFK, I could definitely. I mean, that's pretty much what happened with fire making. Fire making came out semi AFK with Winter Tot, and then I think I was ranked like 36 in fire making, with about 40 mil XP.
And then it came out.
And I think now there's over 120 with 200 mil.
That's crazy.
Within what is it? Has it been like a year? I think it's been about a year.
It came out last September.
Think about that, dude.
16 September. So
4 years it took, and only like 36 people had 40 mil.
Yeah.
1 year later.
That's what happens. It's insanely fast, dude. Like it's. Hate to say it, it's easy.
It's just the AFK-ness of it, because technically it was slower than regular fire making. It's just the AFK-ness of it is.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's huge. Yeah, that's how I can always tell like how skills would be ruined quicker. It's not even the XP rate; it's the fucking AFK-ness of it.
It's just AFK.
Like Redwoods is like but it's so AFK that a lot of people would do it to 200 mil.
Yep. No, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then pets and everything too. Just add on to the people gaining XP, because Winter Tot has a pet. Redwoods have a pet. So.
And the loot, I guess, too, that's profitable. It's not even just like you save money, but it's profit.
When it was first released, it was insanely profitable. You're getting like magic and U seeds from the crates.
I am so jealous. I didn't have an Iron Man when that came out.
Yeah, me
then
too.
again, it would have just been a regular Iron Man, so no thanks, I guess. Because Hardcore was not out yet, right? Yeah. Never mind, I'm good then. I don't regret that anymore. All right, I got a controversial one. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on e-dating?
Ooh. I've never e-dated, so I can't say I've seen both points of views. But
try to give your best.
It's sort of weird if it's, I don't know. I'm trying to think of two examples. Like, Regicidal, right?
Yep.
Like Regicidal, I'm pretty sure met his girl through RuneScape, and then they met up, and now they're gonna get married or something. So like that's cool. That they seem pretty happy. They seem pretty normal. But then there's the people who take it to another level.
With
I don't know.
Do you mean like with cringiness or like?
Yeah, just I don't like the people who follow each other at the Grand Exchange 24/7 saying like
you don't even play RS3. You have no idea how much worse it is on RS3.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen it on old school. I'm like
it's
really
10 times worse on RS3. Dude.
I can't even imagine.
People be like matching their comp capes. You got
dude.
You got the dude like getting the girl a trim cape so they can match capes together, and the guy's like, "This is gonna be so worth it."
Like that's just, I mean, you know what? If it makes them happy, it makes them happy. but I don't think I'd ever do that. Real talk.
All right. I got two different things to say about this. One, I don't have an issue with people e-dating. I see why people do it, 100%. I guess this is like the comparison I would give to it. How do you normally meet someone like IRL? Like how do you pretty much get like how do you become in a relationship with someone IRL? You normally meet them somewhere IRL, right? Like the mall, the movies, wherever it might be. Maybe even the gym. I mean, there's not too many that happen there.
Work. No.
Yeah, work, which is a little dangerous. But that's how you meet them. You meet them with places that you normally hang out a lot, or you visit a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
And with RuneScape, it's the same thing, right? Or with online shit in general. If you are playing RuneScape 5 hours a day, you're going to eventually interact with other people that are the opposite sex. And eventually you're going to like each other to an extent. So I fully I fully understand. Just disclosure, in like grade 7 or 8, I had like my first e-date ever.
Mm-hmm.
Very cute.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
No, I'm curious, dude.
This bitch like, was it a dude?
She was in 7th grade.
Yeah, it was really very young still. it was a girl. Don't worry, I didn't get fooled. And you know, like it's one of those things that I would only give people a warning that they have a pretty low rate of being successful. You've seen a lot of relationships online that they don't really go anywhere. Sometimes you end up wasting the person's time, or they waste your time, and it doesn't really move. If I could give any advice, it would be one, if you do end up falling for someone online, make sure you make plans to meet them sooner than later. Don't wait a long time. That's a big mistake. Because it's very difficult to make things work online. Because, I mean, like, I don't want to say just sex in general, but sex is a big part of relationships. And so is cuddling. And so is just holding hands. And just being beside each other with each other. And you can't do that, obviously, with e-dating. So when you miss that, it's like it's very difficult to make it work when you haven't even met. So that'd be my suggestion. But I don't really have too much against it, as long as you keep the cringiness out of my way. It's the same thing with like you don't want to see PDA, right? When you go out, you don't want to see someone like just smooching right in front of you. Like I don't mind it, just not in front of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, if your goal, let's say you meet somebody through RuneScape or whatever, if your goal is just to only ever see them online, then it's already a bad idea.
I would say yes as well, unless they both have like just the intention of we're just gonna talk dirty to each other and that's it, like pretty much like a sex partner, but like without the sex.
I mean, that itself, that to me is already a little bit crossing the line. But
it is.
I mean, not crossing the line, but just taking it a bit.
If some people just want to meet up in cyber, like go do it. That's fine. As long as you both know you're just there just to cyber. You're not there to meet up. Because then like you're gonna have one person like, when are we meeting? Other one's like, what the fuck, we ain't meeting. I just use you.
I mean, I see it on my Twitter feed a bunch. Drama with the e-dates and everything. Yeah. So
I think that's what gives it a negative vibe, and why like a lot of people are so against it. That's because it just has very cringy drama that goes along with it. Very much so. It's kind of like, get that away from me. All right. So that's our opinion on e-dating, in case anyone's wondering. All right, so I have one thing to ask you, and I can't answer this. What were the Deadman mansions like?
They were fun. I mean, I think the best part was just seeing everybody else in the mansions, you know? I had Framed, Bodhi, MMORPG, and Manked Up Mage on my team. Yeah. So chilling with them for the week was insanely fun. But
how was the internet? I heard the internet was bad.
Yeah, that's the thing that sort of brought it all back down. You know, it would have been a perfect week, but we had it where only 2 people really could stream at a time.
That's for a streaming house, pretty much.
Yeah, and the thing is, those guys streaming still dropped an average of 15-20% of their frames per stream, which, as you can that's every like 2 seconds there was a frame drop, which was, you know, the worst. So And then also the other thing that was a bit annoying was during the week we recorded a bunch of like vlogs and everything. We did a bunch of challenges and all this stuff, and it was never uploaded anywhere. So there's dozens
what?
of hours worth of footage
Like
of the vlogs we did.
Was it supposed to be uploaded on like your YouTube channels or the RuneScape YouTube?
Well,
channel?
this was supposed to be sent to like Jagex to be edited and everything, but it was just never edited. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but it like there's so much footage we recorded that just is still.
Did they like make you do events type of thing? Like
just well, not really events, but we had like challenges between the two houses, right?
Yeah.
So we did trivia challenge and all that stuff. Like we had a trivia challenge that we did.
that was live streamed, right?
Yeah, it was live streamed, and well, the other team live streamed theirs. We recorded ours. So theirs is online, but ours isn't. So nobody, I think we won that challenge, but it was never uploaded anywhere. So nobody knows where the proof is for. So again, the best thing was that I just got to see everybody. And then we went from there straight to RuneFest, got to see, everybody there too. So the idea was there. Like the idea was really good.
Are they doing it? Didn't they say they were going to be doing it again?
They might. I doubt it though. I don't think it's going to happen. And if it does happen again, it's probably just going to be English content creators. So
we'll like UK, you mean?
Yeah, UK versus. I mean, it would be cool if they did like a UK versus USA Deadman Mode thing. But since it's only one world, they can only have the Deadman tournament server either in the US or in the UK. So whoever is, in the country of the server already has the upper hand, the advantage.
Yeah. Okay.
But it was fun. That's my answer. It was fun.
Yeah. I remember Archie saying that they might be doing it like 2 times a year. I'm just like, holy shit. That's like a lot of money. I mean, it's not a lot of money for like a company, but like for us, it'd be like, what the fuck?
I mean, the house was incredible. Like the 2 mansions, they were very, very nice. But the internet was, we're on the computers like 16 hours a day, and we're lagging. So, yeah, okay. You know how frustrating that is.
Oh yeah, dude, the internet issues are the worst, especially for a hardcore Ironman that doesn't PVM.
When you DC, it's the worst. Dude,
it's scary. All right, I got this is something I realize when I go to the UK. I don't think it's in all areas. I think it's mostly in like the major cities, so like London.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know your opinion on this one. There's going to be 2 questions. I'll ask the first one first.
Okay.
So whenever you go out to eat at a restaurant in the UK, at least in London, I believe, the tip is included. Should it be?
The tip included?
Yeah, like when you
yes. I like it when the tip's included.
You think it should be included?
Yeah.
100%.
I personally like it when the tip's included.
Okay. My only issue with the tip being included is like I normally do tip. Well, I always tip pretty much unless the service is extremely shit.
Yeah.
So the issue I had when I was there was I had like a table of like 9, maybe 10 or 11 people. It was
Is this one the final day in that restaurant right next to the hotel?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Remember that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had that big table, like a big round table we were all sitting at talking.
Yeah.
And this service was like the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. It was I think it took about 30 minutes just to get drinks to everyone, and it wasn't even busy. It was like just me. It was just like it's a small place anyways. It can't be really that busy. So the drinks took forever. The food took a while, and then whenever we were like packing up to go, it took them forever to take the plates off of our table as well. In fact, one of my friends took the plates into the kitchen because we sat so close to the kitchen. It was so awkward.
Oh my god!
It was so awkward, dude. Because he put like we put all the dishes by like the edge of the table, so like even the people in the kitchen could see it, right? And then no one took them. So then my friend like picked up like 3 plates and he walked right into the fucking kitchen. He's like, "These are the plates." It was like embarrassing. So
yeah, no, I can imagine.
That is like what happened. That's the outcome of like a tip being included, in my opinion, is like people don't feel the need to work like just average it, and that was like way below average. Like people kind of they slack, right? And because them slacking, they still get a tip. So it's like it doesn't affect them negatively if they slack. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think it encourages slacking.
I can see
way
that,
more than because like put it this way. And this almost gets out of hand. Have you ever been to a store that sells like Best Buy, where it's based off of commission?
Yeah, I know. I've don't really buy that much technology at the store anymore. I usually just buy everything online.
Do you
But I
like
have
have any
been,
memories of like commission
yeah,
stores?
back in the day, I have been to stores where it was commission based.
And
So these
it's
guys are
like
trying to sell you stuff.
and it's like they're like savages. That like within 3 seconds you have someone saying, "Hey, anything you need."
Yeah,
Like that's the difference between like commission and no commission.
yeah.
It gets to the point that where it's like a bit too much. Like every 5 minutes, not even, I was like having someone come up to me and ask me if everything's good, which is nice. But sometimes it's like within 2 minutes, I have 3 people coming to me. I'm just like, what the fuck? I don't want to be in here anymore. So that's like exactly like the comparison I would make is you're being fully helped versus like hardly helped because they're being paid and they're not being paid.
Yeah. I see it.
So that is. Did I change your mind at all about this tips included thing or no?
No, I definitely get that. The thing about me, the thing is, I haven't had many cases in my life where I've had bad service.
Yeah,
Usually,
I rarely do either.
yeah, like usually even if the restaurant food, let's say, wasn't good, the waitress has been nice, so I'm like, I'll give her the tip and everything. But now looking back at it, in an instant like that, you would never want the tip be included. So
Yeah, because the tip came out to like 15 pounds for the table, which is like a lot in like my money.
of course, yeah.
So I'm just like, this motherfucker just took like 20 something Canadian dollars, and they didn't do shit.
Adds up.
Like,
Yeah, I know it does.
yeah, it really does. And normally if I go with my friends, there's like 3 or 4 of us. We normally tip about $2 each, so it adds up to like $7.
Yeah.
Like if we spend like one
Which is
little
fair.
meal each or something, yeah, it works out perfectly. Or if it's 2 people, you tip like $3 or $4 each, and it's like a nice tip.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. So the next question, and this is one that I know you're gonna disagree with, and I disagree too.
Okay.
In the UK, not just the UK, but I think it was pretty common when I went out in the UK. They don't refill your drink for free. How do you feel about that?
I mean, being used to always having your drink refilled, it's the worst thing.
I know.
I mean, because the thing is, usually you get your drink at the start of the meal, right? And everybody always instantly takes a sip when their drink is placed on the table.
I know, it's like a teaser.
Yeah, so then you take a couple more sips before your food gets there. And when your food gets there, you have half your drink left. And then you need half the drink for
Gotta
when you have
wash
your
it
food.
down and shit.
And then you have no drink left, and then having to pay for another drink, which already was expensive technically. It's just like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So
The issue I had with this like no refills was like a drink is already like £2.50, right?
yeah,
However you say it, and that's like $4 Canadian for freaking like, and like it's a soft drink, dude. It's not like it costs nothing. It costs nothing. The best thing you can do is offer like, doesn't McDonald's in the US offer like $1 for whatever size you want?
yeah, it's like $1 for any single soft drink,
And you
or a
get
Coke or
refills
something.
if you stay there
Yeah.
and eat, right? Yeah. So
Just
it's
walk
like
up and refill.
just compare the difference. Like a large drink that's like at least 3 times the size, and it's $1, which is like 80 freaking cents in pounds. I don't know how the fuck even. It's 80 pence. Is that how you would say it?
Yeah, whatever.
Or whatever
Who
it is.
knows?
Fucking foreign people. And then they're offering you a refill. Whereas like when I went to this restaurant in the UK, I was like, "Could I get a refill?" Sounded like a fucking straight up idiot. They're like, we can get you another one."
Oh,
like,
no way.
No, just refill. It's so awkward. I'm like, no, I just want the same one.
I mean, they wonder. That's an issue right there by itself. Like, you wonder why people would rather just go to a Subway as opposed to your restaurant, dude. It's because it's cheaper.
I know. How you going to charge like £3 for no
Yeah.
refill? That is outrageous amount of money for just a drink
Yeah.
that's costs like 2 cents to make in bulk, supply.
Yeah.
So,
Unless I think they refill water, right? They have to. I think that's the only thing they can.
I think that's just common courtesy.
I think it's just straight. I think it's probably law that you have to refill.
Like I'm
water.
pretty sure even like where I live, if you go into a, I don't think you even have to buy something to get a.
No, it's the same.
Like,
Yeah,
just
it's the same
water.
in the U.S. You
Yeah.
can just go in and like, I want a water, and they'll give you one.
Yeah, they'll get it from the tap though, but at least
Yeah,
it's
the
water,
tap.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
All I can say is I'm happy we don't have that issue, at least
Yeah.
here.
It was one of the biggest turnoffs for me when I was there. I'm
Yeah,
such a
what's that?
fat fuck, dude, for thinking that's a turnoff. Yeah, no refill. No, I ain't revisiting this
I mean,
place.
that's not on you. It's not on you if that's what you have back at home. Like it's
It's not even that.
that's
It's
what
just
you
like I
expect.
feel like it's wrong.
yeah.
I feel like charging $2.50
It really
is
does
wrong.
add up, doesn't it? I mean, that's
Dude,
crazy.
I go through like 3 drinks normally when I go out to eat. So that'd be like 8 pounds pretty much if I was to do the same thing. So
Yeah.
I just had one drink. I was like, all right, I'll just fucking die instead.
Yeah, you can get like a 2-liter Coke, which is 15 drinks for $3 at the
I
grocery
know.
store,
Like,
and then you have
bitch.
to pay however much for 3 small cups at a restaurant. So
I'm not a fan of it. Okay. Moving on to something RuneScape related. Death mechanics on 07. What do you think of them, and do you think they should be changed?
I like them. I like them as they are. I think I've just really gotten used to them too. The thing about back in the day was when you died, if you saw somebody die next to you back in the day, you're like, oh man, they only have 60 seconds to get back to their stuff, and if they don't, then I get everything, you know.
Yes.
But these days, you know, if you see somebody die, you're like, you die, but you don't expect anything to pop up on the ground because they have an hour to get back. So.
Do you think it's healthy though, having like no issues
penalty?
with dying? Yeah, no penalty at all.
Like
the new quest they released, you pay 100K if you die, right?
Yeah, it's 100K to get your stuff back.
So what's your opinion on that then?
It was a great gold sync. I thought it was perfect. I think he made
Wait a minute, bitch. How you gonna say that's perfect and be like, I also like the death mechanic we have currently?
I mean, it's two different things. It's for a quest boss, and then it's for...
No, it's for killing the boss in general as well, though.
Oh, I haven't killed the boss. Yeah, I thought it was just for the quest.
I think if you also go and camp it, it also costs money to get your shit back.
Okay, well then that's controversial, because how are you gonna make Zulrah, you know, free?
That's like the mistake they made. I think they're starting to realize that like they shouldn't have made Zulrah completely free to get your shit back.
Well, Zulrah already itself is like it changed so much about the game that like the game is different because of Zulrah itself, but
Blowpipe has made the biggest difference. I don't think people understand yet how OP Blowpipe is.
Yo, I was just thinking about this last night. Blowpipe is meta for anything that comes out.
Like, isn't it sad when it's better than using the twisted bow in most cases?
Yeah,
it's
the
better
DPS
than a twisted bow in most cases.
I did a fire cape yesterday because I lost my fire cape when I went for Infernal Cape. It didn't work out. I didn't get Infernal Cape, but I did it because I wanted to get fire cape for Rune Dragons, and I just AFK'd in the middle of fight capes with the blowpipe. Like I got it done in 35 minutes, which it should not happen.
It's insane.
Like it really is. It has changed everything. It's the fact that you use it for pretty much. When I get it on my hardcore, if I ever do get it, it's just gonna change the game because I can do so much new stuff now, so much faster, which is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, it's a huge difference. Like, I think the difference between that and the whip, I forget what I was told, but I think the DPS is like an 8 and the whip is like a 6. And some type of scale it was set up. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure if you were to attack something that has like no defense, if you were to use a blowpipe and no armor versus a whip and max DPS, like bandos and everything, Infernal Cape, you would actually like hit more damage overall with just a blowpipe and like no armor on.
That's crazy.
And it's just weird seeing people talk about like how they don't want the game to change and this and that, and then it's like, bro, we have a blowpipe that is extremely better than a whip already, and they're so against like change, and it's like they love their blowpipes, so it's so.
Well, here's with Dragon Slayer 2, right? They literally had it where they recommended that you bring a Dragon Hunter crossbow to fight the bosses.
Yeah,
but a blowpipe still did more DPS.
Yeah,
than
exactly.
A crossbow, which
is even more funny because one, the Dragon crossbow does need a buff. It's
sure.
meant for dragons and it's still shit. It needs a buff, and on top of that, it gives them a little clue as to how OP the blowpipe already is. That a weapon designed for dragons is worse than a blowpipe for dragons.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I do think the Dragon crossbow should be changed, or the Dragon Hunter crossbow. It needs a DPS buff. It should, no matter what, out DPS a blowpipe against a dragon. 100%.
100%. Yeah.
It should not be worse. So they need to test it until it's better. If they have to increase the damage, like give a 15% damage increase for just dragons with it, then go ahead. Because people use it for other things as well, if they want to. Mm-hmm. But on dragons, it should almost act like it's like a Slayer helm inside the goddamn weapon, because it needs to out DPS a blowpipe no matter what. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
Just have something that makes it worth using, pretty much.
Yeah, it should be the weapon of choice against any dragon at all times.
Yeah,
and it's currently.
I don't know. We'll see what they do with that. They made that change. What was it, last summer, where they decreased the Zora drop table and everything?
Yeah, the
And
integrity
then
stuff.
yeah, the integrity thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They're in a bit of a pickle there with blowpipe, because if they decrease damage, people are gonna go insane. So
It's one of those items that was brought into the game way too early, I think. It's
yeah,
because now everything is compared to it. You know what I mean?
man, it's been out for a while, Zora, hasn't it? It's like 2-3 years now or something.
Yeah, and it's still the
Forget.
best weapon because it's hard to up that weapon.
Yeah.
How do you up that weapon? Like, you can't. You're gonna have to go, especially because it has such a low requirement. It's like 75 range.
It is very low.
You would think it's like a 90 range. When Twisted Bow came out, and I saw freaking goddamn Beard get his on his Iron Man, fucking bitch.
Yeah.
I thought he had to go chinning to get like 90 range to equip it, but it's 75 range requirement.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
They're not putting in any tier 80 weapons yet.
A Twisted Bow is 75 range requirement?
Yeah.
I had no
about
clue.
It, I can't really think of many 80 plus tier 80 weapons.
I don't think we have any.
There's the recent Vorkath boss drops a bone necklace or something, I think it was called. And it's you have to have 80 prayer to wear it. So technically it's a tier 80 for prayer. But that's the highest that I can think of right now.
I don't think it's going to be worth using at all unless maybe you're ranging.
Yeah, chinning is like the only thing I can think of you using it for.
I don't think it's better than using an occult because with
chinning?
meleeing, like if you're going to mage those monkeys or whatever, if you mage, you don't need to use any other prayers because the mage prayers don't increase your damage, just your accuracy. And I'm pretty sure you're already fully accurate. Whereas with range, you use Rigor or Eagle Eye, so...
It's already so easy.
Yeah, if you're maging, stick with an occult necklace probably. And if you're ranging, I guess you can switch if you want to lower your DPS a bit and be a bit more AFK.
Use an anguish or something.
Yeah, anguish is still better for DPS, which I guess is nice. I don't think that I would assume the necklace doesn't have any bonuses, does it? It's just prayer.
I don't really know. I'm assuming people would do tests when the time comes around. Yeah. So
if it has a range bonus or any type of combat bonus, that will be pretty big difference then.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I'm hoping it's like almost cosmetic, minus the fact that it buries the bones and combines with the bone crusher, or not buries the bones, but it gives you points.
It doesn't work in the catacombs either, so.
It doesn't? Okay, yeah. Wait, it doesn't really?
The dragon mode doesn't work in the cat. It doesn't stack with the effect in there.
Really?
So, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it has no bonuses. It's just a +6 prey bonus.
It wouldn't even be OP in the catacombs. I don't think.
No, I don't think it would either.
Because a cult necklace it would still be way better because the damage increase. I wouldn't even wear it even if it worked in there. It's interesting that they chose to do that.
Yeah.
Because when you're meleeing single target, a fury is much better, obviously. Like the stance of it. So
it's pretty interesting though. It says equipping the necklace will reduce your remaining prayer points by half. So if you equip it, you lose half your prayer points. Oh. This is done to prevent players from swapping to and from the necklace to gain prayer points. Okay.
That's good. Okay, so you can't abuse it like
just use it to get prayer points back up.
Like the barrel gloves and slaughter bracelet. You can't switch on like the last tick type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. At least I looked into it then, so that's smart.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about Group Iron Man for a little bit. All right, wait. My opinion on the 07 death mechanic is one. I would like there to be some type of penalty put in the game in general for dying. The only reason it was ever added to the game was because DDoSers were DDoSing, and they would pick up our items pretty much, and they would be profiting real life money pretty much. So that's why they put in the death mechanic. I believe this is when God Wars came out originally. Servers were being disconnected nonstop because you would see people in the Armored Boss room with Ranger boots. They'd go and get the Ranger boots. And it used to be barrels used to protect over something like Armadillo. I don't think it does anymore. It used to go off of the ALK price, which is like the original way it used to do. I think RS3 did the same thing a long time ago where they updated it to be the GE value. That's why some people with when RS3 had an update, you would see some people PKing with a party hat just for the hell of it, because they would keep it over any other item because of the GE value.
Yep.
So I believe Old School did the same thing, and then because I remember back in the day, your Armadillo skirt would be lost if you had like a Varix plate skirt in your inventory or something in case you need to like bring a tank thing. So you would lose. I think you would keep your Varix helm, your Varix skirt, and your Fury, and you would lose like an Armoral chestplate if you're wearing that type of setup. So they changed that to counteract the DDoSers getting the best items, and then I think they also added the hour-long grave pretty much. They basically needed to find a way where like people wouldn't bother with DDoSing because there'd be no reason to, because they would benefit nothing. And a way where like people can't just freely die. So I would say adding some type of mechanic where you pay to get your shit back is healthy for the game, I would say.
Okay, yeah, let's see that.
That'd be my. I don't know about like the whole no grave thing, because it'd be a great item sync, obviously. But then we might see more DDoSers and the world's going down. So I guess you got to find a middle ground for that.
Yeah.
All right. So the next thing is Group Iron Man. Will you do it? And any plans just in general?
Man, the hype sort of died down for that, didn't it? That was like at the top of Reddit every single day. Was people requesting Group Iron Man?
I don't look at Reddit. I'm not 12, bro. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I remember when it was talked about, it was people on Reddit and Twitter and everywhere just saying, let's release it and everything. And then they didn't announce it at RuneFest and everybody was so mad. But yeah, no, I'll definitely try it when it comes out. I mean, it's content, you know. I think it'll be fun to try out, but if I don't enjoy it, then I probably won't stick with it. I don't know. But I think it's just for the content. I think people are going to like it.
Do you like as of right now, do you prefer playing your hardcore over Group Iron Man if it was in the game right now? Do you think you would still enjoy your hardcore more?
Yeah, I think I would still enjoy my hardcore. Actually, I don't know. I don't know. The fact that it's not in, I can't really make a decision. I think it would be insanely fun the first few days, Group Iron Man, because I don't even know how it would work, if it'd be a shared bank or if you have to trade somebody for other items and stuff like that. I'm guessing that's how it would work.
Yeah, I still have no clue there.
Yeah, they said that they'll talk about it, but it doesn't seem like that they have any plans to release it anytime soon. So.
Yeah, I was gonna assume that they would release it probably this year, but I don't think they mentioned it at RuneFest. But I don't know if that necessarily means that they don't have any plans on doing it.
Yeah, we'll see.
My opinion on Group Iron Man is it's not an Iron Man, so we need to find a new name for it. That's first of all. It's like Group Man mode. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, not even think about that. The name doesn't even work, does it?
It doesn't. Like you're trading items. I like the concept of it in a way. I don't really like the fact that like I wouldn't mind something like RS3 has it where you can PVM with other Iron Man. And that's pretty much essentially what people are kind of wanting, I think, on old school. Maybe I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you if we could PVM together? Would you kind of like that? Like, besides just raids, obviously.
Yeah, no, yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, like I think if they made a game mode like that, I'm not too big of a fan of like the sharing items thing. I don't know. I can't really think about how it would work, because people could definitely abuse certain things. So yeah,
I don't know. We'll see.
Will I do it then when it comes out? I'm debating on it if I want to do it when it comes out. I like to have real talk here, because since we're both YouTubers, it would be great content for a YouTube. It would be easy content for a YouTube. But the question is, do I want to do it? I'm not sure yet. I mean,
I think you'd try it out. I think you would try it out for a little bit, and if you enjoyed it, you would continue doing it. If not, you'd be like,
yeah,
we'll see.
It's probably where I'd probably do something AFK on the hardcore for a week or two.
Yeah.
And see if I like not the ultimate Group Iron Man. And but that's like the thing as well, is like, do I want to go into it with the mentality of like, I'll just see, because then I'll let down my team. What if they want to keep going?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, bye.
I mean, we don't even know how it would be, like the high scores would be, what the high scores would be like. If it, like, how would it be groups of four? Like, you have to find 4 other people to play with, or groups of 2 or 3?
I think you would probably do like the average or something. I don't even know. Like, maybe like your average would be displayed on the high scores. So like, take the average total level of everyone. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I see that. That makes sense.
So like, if we're all 80 mining, it would show on my high scores I have 80 mining, right?
Yeah.
It'd be very, maybe they wouldn't even be high scores, honestly. I wouldn't mind if there was no high scores in general.
You don't think?
I don't. There's no way it's gonna be competitive for the high scores. Like, what kind of shit is that?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I think people would find a way.
Like, what are people gonna do? Like, look, I had 90 mining on my shared Iron Man account. Like, who cares?
Yeah, it's true.
That's like having 90 mining and Deadman and trying to show it off. Like, whoop-de-doo. Ain't no one give a fuck about that.
Deadman high scores, dude. Oh man.
All right. This is a interesting question. Would you work at Jagex if they offered you a job?
I think I would work at Jagex if they had a North American branch.
Like Regicidal, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying if they actually had an office here that I could work in.
Yeah, you'd want an
Because
office.
I think he works at home. He works from home. I
Yeah,
don't
he
really
works at
know
home.
what he does, but I think I'd rather work in like an office for Jagex as opposed to just working from home.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd move to the UK to work.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't.
If the offer's enticing, who knows?
I don't think the UK is expensive to live in. That's all I know.
Especially Cambridge. Which,
yeah, which is weird. Isn't Cambridge like kind of like boring? Maybe I'm wrong. I just haven't visited it enough.
Yeah, it's a college town. I think it's a uni town. So
Oh,
I
is
talked
it?
to Ronan about it. He said he likes it, but he said it can get boring. So
Okay. Like it's not like London then, right? It's like not as fun as London. Is that
yeah,
there's not as much to do, or is
I'm
it?
assuming there's probably places that are open, 24/7, but in terms of nightlife, I don't really know. There was, I stayed there for a couple nights a couple of years ago, and there was like bars that were open and everything, so it's not like it's completely dead. It's got a
that
big
was when I was there, right?
population, so-
No, wait, that
yeah.
was
No, this was I did a summer summit spring stream or whatever. It's like way back in the day. I studied abroad in Germany and I visited Jagex from a plane ride. So
Oh,
It was,
wait, was that like on them or was that you?
no, I paid for the flight, but I got to visit like Jagex just
Okay.
for free and everything. So
Okay. So I was there when they did the Legacy meetup. That was the first time
yeah,
I was with
that was
Archie.
way back. I think I
Yeah.
watched your vlog on that.
I remember the thumbnail was like me.
You're getting scanned, right?
Yeah, I was getting scared.
Yep.
And fucking Archie took that picture, dude. It's hilarious.
Oh, you traveled with Archie then?
Yeah, because like he was in. We
right,
both left
Canada.
Toronto together. We were on like the
Oh,
same
okay.
plane and shit.
That's cool. That must have
Yeah.
been fun. Was that the first time you met him?
Yeah, it was the first time I met him.
Oh, you fanboyed a little bit, dude.
Nah, it wasn't even like that. It was just cool.
Yeah.
I think he
see
was
that.
like walking past my line or something. I was
Mhm.
in line, I think, for like because the plane was filling up, and I was like Archie, and I had like a question mark on my face, pretty much.
Mhm.
It was one of those because he was walking by. I was like, is he gonna go or
Yo,
like
Chris
is that
Archie
even
Pro, is
him?
that you?
I don't know if it was him or not, but I'm pretty sure it was. So I was like, yo, Archie? He's like, hey, what's up? I was like, hey,
Nice.
Canadian, by the way. So
Who
yeah,
went
it
on that
was.
trip.
We shared like rooms, and we had like someone else that was kind of foreign. The guy that we stayed with, like, okay, so when Archie was asking me like, is it okay if I take the queen or the I didn't know what his question was. I had no idea what his question was. So I ended up accidentally giving him the fucking queen bed. Okay, like bitch, you're like half my size, and you like
Yeah,
asked for the
yeah.
queen bed. So I didn't know what I was agreeing to. I was just like, yeah, sure. I thought he was asking for like the bigger room, not the bigger bed.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I got the single little fucking small thing. And then we had someone else come in with us, which was like I kind of knew him, but like I've never talked to him, and like he was kind of foreign.
Okay.
And I was sleeping, and this dude was up like till like 5 a.m. and he randomly like moved my bed. And he was like, "Hey, what you doing?" The fuck? I think like something fell. I think something fell. And like he was asking if I could get it. I was like, "What do you mean? It's 5 a.m."
That's so random, dude.
It was so awkward.
That's so creepy. Oh my god.
It was. I just remember waking up at nighttime for some weird reason, and he needed something.
Oh my god. Nice.
It was not the best experience,
It's a
but
memory right there, man.
but it was a pretty cool stay.
yeah,
met
you got
a
to visit
friend.
Jagex, right? So.
Yeah, I met a friend that weekend. That was the first time.
Who else was there? Alicia?
I don't think Alicia was there.
Oh, just kidding.
No, nobody fucked Alicia. Okay, so it was me, a friend, Archie, Rain. I don't know if you know him.
Rain.
He
YouTuber.
plays RS3. Kind of. He does questing on release normally on RS3.
Okay. I don't think I do.
All right, James and Simon were there, I think.
Oh, RuneShark, cool.
Right? Yeah, I think they were. Yeah, that was the first time I saw James, I think.
Nice. I was really drunk at RuneFest, and I went up to them. It was really awkward.
Really?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, like, they were cool, but I was being awkward, I think.
Well, that's like normal.
You have no idea, guys. Like, you did so much.
You were sucking their dink while drunk.
Like, the typical fanboy. It's like, oh, you guys have no idea, dude.
Soup is a drunk fanboy.
It was. I mean, God Sword set from scratch, man. It's legendary right there.
I didn't like stay in touch with them, but I'm pretty good friends with Simon's wife.
Oh,
like
she was a Jagex.
Yeah, Miss Slayer was her.
Slayer, that's right.
Mod
yeah.
Slayer was her J-Mod.
Cool.
Yeah. Like we're like friendly, like we like talk not really much, but like we're just like one of those things where like we're cool. So I talk to them a little bit. I always kind of catch up with them whenever I see them.
Nice.
But yeah, so we like whenever we went for the legacy thing, we got like we were in like it wasn't like a hotel, it was like an apartment almost, dude. It was like we had like a kitchen, like a full kitchen and shit.
Oh,
and like
okay.
a TV and like a living room and shit.
It's like an Airbnb.
Yeah, kind of thing.
But
yeah.
not. Okay.
And so James and Simon like came over that night, and we just had like a cool like discussion and shit, and they talked about like YouTube and shit with us too, and what they were doing. And that was the weekend as well where Archie was applying kind of to become a J-Mod.
Oh, okay.
Like I think he talked to a few of the J-Mods while we were at the Jagex HQ. So that was kind of interesting.
Nice.
All right. God, there's so many more questions. Okay, we got to cover this one. Opinion on Celestia's porn.
Dude, if I had to give it out of 10, I'd have to give it a 4. I'll be generous.
That's generous.
4.
That's fuck.
Yeah.
Where are you finding the 4 from? Where are you getting the statistics?
I'm giving her a couple points because she actually did it. You know, she sort of did something that she did. Something
I'm
that
so
she
impressed
promised.
that she spread her legs on camera.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna give her a 4 for that.
Yeah, and the fact that she actually the dude that has sex with her, like he's actually a porn star. Like this dude has like an 8-inch dick, and she took all of it. So I'll give her props for that.
That means she's just very fucking loose. This bitch is deep.
Performance is very lackluster, man. That's all I'm saying, man.
I don't think it even qualifies. It was like something I would see like on the street. Like,
yeah. It's just you expect it so much because if you see her Twitter, it's literally she tweets something every single day. Like
it just reminds you that she's kind of fake almost.
Yeah, no, 100%.
She always tweets like, I could really use some dick right now.
Yeah.
It's like, we've seen how you take it, bitch. You really couldn't use any dick right now.
Yep. Dude, funny story. At TwitchCon, we had our Airbnb there, and on one of the nights that had people over, she actually showed up to our Airbnb.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at her like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, she's actually real. Because you just think of her as some sort of like internet personality, and you see her.
Personality. What personality?
I don't even know how to
we
put
don't
it.
call those internet personalities. We call those whores.
Sorry, e-girl.
E-girl or just slut or there you go.
Cam girl. Call her
Cam girl.
A porn star now. I mean, who knows? Anyways, straight up TLDR, disappointing, bro. That's all I'm saying.
What's funny about it is that like, even though she was really bad, the angles were like the worst thing. Was that a real camera guy?
No, I think they just put cameras in the room.
Was that like her like gay friend recording?
It may have been, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really look into it.
Or was it just maybe it was just a stationary cam? I don't even know.
I think it was stationary.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sort of skipped through it because I was like, man, this sort of sucks.
Yeah, I didn't really even bother watching it like that. I just kind of like skimmed through it and I was like, oh.
Yeah. It
wasn't very interesting.
It really wasn't, dude.
She's
sort of just a vegetable.
I expected a lot better than that.
Yeah.
A lot better.
We'll see if she does round 2. We'll see if she improves.
I would be scared to do round 2, I think, if I was in that position.
I'm sure she made so much money off that video, though, dude. Because that thing got like 3 million views.
Is it really
They
that many
probably paid
views?
her a lot, dude. Yeah, they probably paid her a bunch. So
Who knows how much they actually paid her?
yeah, I don't
Does
know.
porn videos have ads on them?
Probably, yeah.
Is there? I don't
I
really ever
mean,
watch the
I
ads
got
on
ad
that.
blocks, so yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe we.
Except on your videos, of course. I blacklist yours, so
Oh yeah, me too for sure.
yeah, of
Never
course.
watch it. Yeah. I just on yours, I watch like the 50 ads you put and stuff. Yeah. Wait, give me like 1 sec. There's a fucking PKer on me. I shouldn't have done this while doing this podcast.
What are you doing?
I'm doing dark crabs on my gains account.
Oh, I thought you were doing it on your hardcore. I was like, are you insane?
No, dude. I'm a fucking pussy. What are you talking about?
Well, shout out to the dude who's attacking you during the podcast, man.
No, what an annoying little bitch. Doesn't he know I'm doing a podcast right now?
Just say that in game right now. Come on, bitch, I'm doing a podcast.
Come on, man. I'm talking to Mr. Podcast right now. He's so shit, too. I don't know what he's thinking.
Wait,
He
what's
doesn't-
your
he-
fishing XP on gains, dude? Or is that just your all to make money for Alkan?
It's not really to make money. It's 71 million, though.
Okay.
All right, got away.
I
Wait, what
see
are you even doing right now on RuneScape? Let's get into that. You are on RuneScape, right?
Yeah. So Hunter on my main, or sorry, no, Hunter on my hardcore, and then just AFKing Rune Dragons on my main for the video. But
The video.
I need to get, I want to make a loot from Rune Dragons video. Everybody has to.
This will be out much later, so yours will be out first. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay.
Yes, it will exactly.
Wait.
But yeah, hardcore wise, I'm still getting the 99 Hunter, and then chinning to 99, and then I could probably get. I mean, you got 99 through Mage just through straight up Slayer task, didn't you? Just
Yeah,
reversed
but
inside.
I got about 14 or 15 mil Slayer XP to do that, though.
Okay, I have
So-
so many runes from Barrows that I can easily do it. I just need to figure out if I should just get a high Slayer level and then just finish off 99 bursting somewhere or whatever. So,
I would say it's smart to do it through Slayer, obviously,
definitely.
because you want to probably get 99 Slayer anyways. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, first off, I just want to get 93 whatever for the diaries, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Yeah.
Might be a
Right.
little bit.
So, will DVS ever be relevant again?
Man, I like the guy. I like DVS. His disappearance, I guess he just got burned, dude. Trying to max 2 Ironman does seem pretty AIDS to me. So, I guess I can see it, but I think PUBG really, literally took a hold of him. We'll see if he comes-
I'm surprised he's been gone for this long. I thought he was gonna come back sooner.
I mean,
I thought he
Twitter-
cared about staying ahead of me. I knew he did care, and then once he was like, "Fuck, he's not gonna
I
stop."
mean, what does he have left? Like the skills he has left on his hardcore, are they?
They're all the slow
Trying-
ones.
They're all
Well,
the slow ones.
they're like slow and not slow. Like they're slow for a main account, but for an Ironman, I guess they're mediocre. Like agility mining.
yeah.
Those are slow on a main technically if you don't take abuse, but
Yeah, he's got a couple ones he could get up, not fairly easily, but I mean, he's got
Agility.
woodcutting, he's got fishing. Those are AFK. You can just AFK those while he plays PUBG.
I
technically.
told him like he should log on and just AFK
Just
Redwoods
do-
at the very
yeah,
least.
Redwoods or something, or even just AFK whatever the new fishing thing is.
That's probably not AFK enough because like PUBG's quite a bit of attention, I think.
Yeah, no, it's
So
true.
I told him he should at least do Redwoods because it's like one click every like 4 minutes. Like you've done Redwoods, right?
Yeah, it's
you know
extremely easy.
exactly. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
fucking crazy AFK.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I hope he comes back, but I mean, it looks like you're at this current rate, dude. You're
ahead of
HP from
him.
you're all you gotta do is get Hunter up in your front page easy. So,
I'm gonna try to do it without the hunter, but it's gonna be hard.
jeez, you have 25 mil Slayer XP, man. Jesus, you are like double the. Okay, you're not double. Just kidding. Rank 2 at 17 mil, but still, that's insane.
Yeah.
How long do you need to do it till? How long are you doing Slayer for? Like,
I do Slayer for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then I use up all the seeds while I'm skilling, and then I go back to
okay.
Slayer. That's like why I'm keeping up with Slayer because I need seeds, right?
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So here's an interesting question: if you could learn any language and move anywhere, where would it be?
Learn any language. Are they related? The two questions, like if I move to somewhere, do they have to speak that language?
Well, like if you wanted to move somewhere and like it's a different language there, like I guess you'd want to learn that language.
I know. I'm just thinking like, if I wanted to think of this realistically, I'd probably want to learn Spanish because it's
like huge
I think
in
I'd
the
learn
US,
Spanish. Right? Yeah, I'd learn Spanish. I wouldn't move to, let's say, Mexico though. I think I'd move to Spain. Spain's pretty nice. I've been there once.
I really wouldn't mind living somewhere in Europe because you can visit almost every country.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, it's like, I fucking hate being Canadian right now, like American type of thing. It's like, we're almost like Australia. Like, for us to visit common places, it's pretty expensive.
It's
like,
crazy expensive.
We're like out of the way, kind of, just like Australia. But Australia's out of the way of everyone.
When I did my study abroad in Germany, I could just take a train to like 6 different countries. Like, it was that simple.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so jealous. That's crazy. I've never even been to Canada, and it's right next to me.
I know. I've never been to U.S. either. Like, I've been there just to stop by for like the airport thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's easier said than done. It's like, why don't you just go up north or down south to the U.S.?
Yeah.
Well, it takes actually a bit of planning, dude. Like, it's not easy. So.
Do you plan on taking any trips anytime soon?
Yeah, I got a couple of trips planned for this year. I think I'm hoping RuneFest happens again. I mean, we'll see if they're nice with invites and stuff again.
So this is gonna be like another question coming up with it, but yeah, there's a lot of like content creators nowadays, right? So like it's gonna be interesting. Like, one thing I will say, I hate seeing this is when content creators get mad that they don't get invited. I'm not a fan of that. I think that's kind of, it looks kind of grimy, doesn't it?
If they're mad they don't get invited.
Yeah, it's like RuneFest or something. Like they make a tweet like, didn't get invited ...
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, you shouldn't expect that. I don't think. I guess looking at it from our side, I guess we're a bit. I hate to use this word.
No,
like,
for sure.
Blessed.
Yeah, for sure.
that they do it.
But if I didn't get invited, I don't like. I would never like tweet like didn't get invited ...
Yeah,
like,
if they said this year, if they said to us this year, like, hey, we've invited you the past few years, so this year we're gonna invite somebody else in your place, I'd be like, hell yeah, cool. Like, give somebody else the experience. I'm obviously not going to say no.
Save me the rune flu, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I'm obviously not going to say no if they say, hey, do you want to come back?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I
just think it's like spitting on the company when they're trying to do good things. You know what I mean?
And they've done a lot of things recently for content creators in terms of like giving back.
For sure.
I mean, they give so much more. So I don't know. I can only really say good things about Jagex. They've done a lot of nice things. So.
Yeah. Okay, so this is one I wanted to have more during the podcast, but it's okay. What is your opinion on... wait, let me find the question because I had it somewhere. All right, so is more people going full-time on Twitch considered more competition?
Oh, yes, 100%.
And
And especially recently, I mean, like you just said, with how many people are actually taking it more full-time, there's a lot more competition, which is why I think I've been doing less streams recently and actually more YouTube videos, because I feel like with YouTube,
you need to get back to streaming.
Yeah,
I haven't streamed either because I've been sick, but I might stream today.
I want to stream, and I really need to, but I just can't keep the level of consistency with streaming that some of the other guys have, which makes it tough.
It is one of those things that like you have to be consistent.
That's it. And
that's the only way to grow on it. Yeah.
Yeah, these guys are doing, they do 6-7 streams a week, which is, that's great for them. That's awesome for them. Yeah. But especially, you can probably see it too, but as someone who built their channel off making videos where you're taking a lot of time editing and, being quiet behind the scenes, doing 6-7 hour streams a day, it's way too hard.
It takes a toll out of you.
It takes a crazy toll out of you. Like I think 7 days straight once, like 5-hour streams, and I was like, oh my god, dude, I need like a 2-month break.
I feel like I'm pregnant right now. I need break.
Yeah, the fact that Bodhi did a 1-year marathon is like all the props in the world. I don't think I could never do that. That's crazy.
Yeah, congratulations.
With face cam too, like wow.
Yeah, it's even more insane.
The
reason I asked this question was because I saw on Twitter not too long ago there was like a bit of controversy, I guess, about like you shouldn't view other people as competition. And to a certain degree, I think we can both agree that like that is
Mm-hmm.
true. I think with RuneScape category especially, it's a little bit different. Everyone's kind of friendly with each other. I think the truth of it really is that yes, everyone is competing against everyone else when they're streaming. I think that's a fact. I mean, you can't say it's not. But I feel like the mentality shouldn't be like we're in competition, because everyone's friendly towards each other, right? The community is kind of together. Whereas in like another category, there might be some like actual enemies and targets and whatnot. And I'm sure some people have things to say about each other, like behind the scenes and whatnot, or like behind their back type of thing. They don't really make it public just because they don't want to make any type of arguments or anything. But I do believe that there is competition there, no matter what. There always will be. If someone big goes live and you're live, your viewers do tend to drop a little bit. Like that's competition. That's direct competition. You can't hide behind that. Yep. But I think it's one of those things that like it's not something that you can really get angry at or like try to make the other streamer shit and you more relevant. It's more of just a friendly competition type of thing where it's like you're happy they're doing well. It might hinder your profits or something like that a little bit. But that's competition, I guess, right?
Yeah, and that's why you have to go into it expecting that, you know, like if let's say on your first few streams you have an average of like 200 viewers, which is pretty good for most RuneScape streamers, and you just constantly expect that number from then on, right? But the thing is, if you're streaming prime time when the big guys are all streaming, like let's say Mammalfo, Bodhi, those guys are all streaming, and you have your stream on, the chance of you reaching that level isn't gonna happen. So that's why I don't know. That's why I like YouTube so much, because the competition's there, but there's no, you know, you don't have to worry about
you're not like directly being
affected.
Yeah.
That's why I always recommend people when they're like, yo, how do I start making not money off RuneScape, but how do I start like building a brand or start, you know, building a community? It's like I would recommend making videos before going to streaming, because trying to grow an audience streaming is so much harder than getting YouTube subscribers, in my opinion. So
yeah, that's normally like half of my suggestion, because it's like you can start with streaming, but like you need shout outs pretty much. You need raids, like host. And like I give a host every time I end my stream. I just feel like it's pretty good to do just in general. And technically even that can be looked at as like helping the competition out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've rated Sick Nerd a few times. I'm normally live whenever I am streaming. Near the time he kind of gets on. There's a few times where like Adam got on. I streamed for about 30 more minutes and then I rated him. He was at like 300, 400 viewers because like a lot of people were online, and then I rated him, and then, you know, he was like rank 1 right away. And normally he would get there anyways, but if there's a lot of other people online, it takes him a lot longer to get there.
Yeah.
So like the question would be like, why would I raid my competition then? Because I don't view him as competition. I just view him as like another streamer that like, he might be taking some views, but that's not something that I really care about, right?
Yeah, and I think that we have a good point of view there, because we're not doing Twitch full time, you know, like our source of income isn't only Twitch. The majority of my income still comes from YouTube. So
I don't really make much from Twitch at all. I just stream because it's like it's something to do.
I mean, it's nice when you get donations and subscribers. Like, wow, that's awesome. Like, I'll definitely try to stream more, but I don't feel that pressure that I feel like a lot of other streamers feel, that they need to provide that they need to provide all this content every day for people. Because I have like my YouTube has been my thing for forever, so I still keep it as my main thing. And I think that's actually the fact that there's so many people trying to get into it now and maybe not reaching the goals that they set out for themselves. I don't know if you see on Twitter, like all these people I see all the time posting how they're depressed and everything, and how they're not feeling good, and how they feel like they can't keep up the content for their viewers and everything. It's you have to, you know, sort of keep that balance between keeping yourself happy and then keeping your viewers happy.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'm happy that there's so many people trying to make, you know, to get into the community and make it their full-time thing, but you definitely need to find that balance.
What do you think about people who go into it thinking, I need to make this my job, like I want to make money?
Yeah, that's not a good mentality.
You were going there, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. It's I don't know, it's just I'm happy that I have my YouTube base, like I said. So
yeah, I would say there's like two sides to that. I think most success stories happen from people doing it kind of by accident. I think that's how our YouTube's probably got created for the most part. I don't think any YouTuber really started out going like, I'm gonna make a living off this. It was something you would do for fun. Eventually, you got like a bit of money from it, and then that money sometimes eventually grew, and then it became a job basically. Whereas there is some live streamers that are starting nowadays, and they want to make it their job, which is like fine. But sometimes I think they stress out the profit a bit too much, and they work towards just that. I do think it's a bit of I don't want to say grimy, but it's almost like a grimy mindset to have from the starting, because it's not very pure. But ultimately, that is kind of like a smart way. Not a smart way of looking at it. How would you word it? That is how it is. Like that is how you would start up a business, basically, because that's kind of what it is. It's like starting up your own business. So. The goal is to make money, but with something like Twitch, especially, because Twitch is based off of what people give you, whereas YouTube is not. I was about to say that. Yeah, YouTube is not based off of that. So if you're going into YouTube full time, it's a little bit different because you're not like sitting there behind a screen hoping that people give you money. It's just it's just ads, which other people don't have control over, right? Yeah. We don't even have control over the ads. Just how many we put, but not like what kind of ads and how much money they're gonna make you. So there is a little bit different of like how the person is. I think if someone starts a YouTube channel and goes into it thinking they kind of want it to be their job in the future, it doesn't seem as greasy. But if someone goes into Twitch with like a donation button and this and that, thinking I want to make this full time, it's weird how we look at that differently because it's technically the same thing. But one is based off of other people's money, and the other one's based off of a rich company's money looking for advertisements, and that's what you're giving them. So,
I mean, nobody on Twitch has ever said that the reason I can survive off streaming is because of the ad revenue. Like, it just doesn't work. It all comes from subscribers and donations, and those two things. And I'm not saying it's a bad way to live, obviously, like having other people, living off subscribers and donations. But again, like you said, the mindset of expecting to get subscribers and donations is dangerous because it can turn you, I don't know, it's a bit risky if you have, let's say, a down month compared to a really good month. So
well, because like I guess with YouTube, like your dream for YouTube is to get a lot of views. Even if you weren't to make money though, you would still want a lot of views, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like even if this video wasn't monetized, I would love to see this video at 1 million views and no profit. I'd be so happy with that. I'd be fine with that. I'd be like, okay, no problem, man. No money, 1 million views.
Yeah.
But where with Twitch, it's like, it's not exactly the same thing. It's a little bit different. Some people would probably be more okay with 50 viewers and making a living off of it versus 1,000 viewers and not making a living off of it.
Yeah.
So exactly. It's as long as like the money is there, I guess they'd be more happy. But I guess it's controversial, which is like the whole point of this entire thing. I wanted it to be controversial. In fact, to get point of views, in fact, I wish I got more shit that's controversial on here. But
we can have a part 2. People can suggest questions. We can always.
All right, we're like an hour and a half in, but we will be doing this on Soup's channel one day.
Exactly.
So
yeah, well,
I'm gonna add this at the starting. I think like post questions for like the next.
Yeah, good idea.
The next one for Soup, and then you can do that on your shit as well. All right, perfect.
We'll knock that out of the way.
All right, so here's maybe one of the last questions. Why is old school YouTube and Twitch much more popular than RS3? What do you think? Why?
Oh, I mean, number one, the player base. Obviously, old school's got I think a more close player base. Not only do they like playing the game, but a lot of them like watching content on Twitch and YouTube. I don't really know how it is for RS3 because you've uploaded more RS3 videos than I have, obviously, so you know that community probably a bit more.
But I probably uploaded like the most RS3 content out of like any like full-time YouTuber.
Yeah,
fuck me.
And I think like I don't know if this is a word, but viewability, like old school is really easy to watch and understand what's going on.
Yeah, if you play both games, you can watch old school easily. Yeah. And if you only play if you only play old school, you can't really watch RS3 because you don't know what the hell is going on.
If somebody's fighting a boss on RS3, let's say I don't even know the spider boss, whatever that one's called.
Araxer, yeah.
Yeah, Araxer, and I see people using these abilities. I don't know what they are. If I knew the abilities and if I knew what they were doing, I probably would find it interesting. But I have no desire to find out about that.
I think one of the big turnoffs as well with RS3 is a lot of people play like you know how you can go full screen on fucking old school.
Yeah.
That looks kind of gross and really unattractive, right? Like
Yeah,
if
nobody
someone
really
was
does
to be
that.
live streaming with old school full stream, would you watch that? It'd
Not
be
really.
so hard. It'd be like, dude,
Yeah.
fix your shit. And
Yeah.
like with RS3, this is one thing I've always found when I used to try to watch RS3 event, even though I know what's going on. People fucking have their entire screen showing, and like you kind of need that sometimes with RS3 PVMing because it's good to see the entire thing, and you also have like a lot of ability bars open, so you need it all to be spread out. So it's understandable, but in terms of attraction, there's none. There's no attraction when everything is open and you just don't know what the hell you're looking at. It's just a big screen and like something in the middle attacking you. So
Yeah, and it's just nostalgia too. People tuning in, they probably know what's going on because they've either played in the past or it's new piece of content or whatever.
yeah,
So
for sure.
anytime I see an RS3 stream, and I do occasionally just click to see what they're doing, it's all pretty much high level PVM.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of people, like Omar. I think
Omid,
Omar
I think.
does. Yeah. They do all, and
There's I trolled you.
wait, what?
I trolled you? I'm sure you've seen
Yeah. Trolled you. I trolled you exactly. I think he's friends with my friend Owen. But
yeah, Owen's RS3.
yeah,
I trolled you. His name is Ken.
that's right. Okay. And then Fat Nooblet, I think. Fat Nooblet's more. I don't
He
know.
switched to old
He
school.
he recently switched to old school. I don't really know if that's his full time thing now is old school, but
I believe. I think he has like 400 subs on Twitch.
oh, that's really good.
I'm not too sure. I think he
But he does
streams like a lot.
daily. He does a lot of YouTube videos too. Like he's both, right? Pretty sure.
Yeah, he's both as of right now. Yeah,
Yeah. But
he's probably one of
again,
the
I
only
can't-
people doing it. That's both.
I can't. I seriously couldn't name. I don't want to be ignorant here, but I couldn't name 5 RS3 streamers off the top of my head right now.
Oh, I couldn't
which is
really
like-
either. That's like most of
Yeah.
the ones I know.
It's
There's a few more. There's Couchy. He does a lot of Telos, which is that newer boss with a really high enrage.
Yeah, that's right.
4000. Yeah, there's him. Krugs used to stream it, but I think he streams old school now, a little bit. There's one more I know I'm missing. There's some I don't know who it is. I've never really watched her streams, but there's some girl on RS3 that streams Hardcore Iron Man. She's like rank 18 Hardcore Iron Man. She streams with like a face cam.
Jeez.
I've only watched like 1 minute of it because like I don't want to watch RS3 too much. But I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know.
Oh, Brobson. That's another one. Brobson, I think. You know Brobson?
Brobson.
Name ring a bell?
I have no idea who that is.
Okay, never mind.
Maybe
I'm thinking of a different
say
guy.
it wrong.
I hope that's not wrong. Probably is.
Brobson.
I swear to God, I'm looking this up right now. Brobson. I'm right. Here we go. Come on.
Okay, here's maybe this should be the last question. Would you go to RuneFest if they didn't invite you personally? Like, would you go and pay for like the thing? And just be honest.
Probably not, dude. Real talk.
Yeah, that's
Now
where
that
I'm
I've
at.
experienced, now that I experienced it, and I sort of know what's happened. I've met so many people there now. I wouldn't kick myself for not going, just because it's so expensive. Dude.
That's where I'm at too. Like, if I've never gone, then I would eventually cough up the money to go to one.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not very cheap flying overseas at all.
Yeah, transatlantic is not cheap. That's why in American RuneFest, I literally messaged JMods for this. Or even a Canadian RuneFest, you never know. But just the North American RuneFest, I think would be cool one day. So.
Do you think it would be smart to have it in New York or LA?
Yeah, in a big city, I think having it.
Like in terms of the plane cost, because like New York would be a lot shorter, right?
Yeah, I mean, depends on who lives where. But either way, people in the U.S., if they have the option to pay $200 for a flight across the U.S. to fly to RuneFest, they would.
Oh yeah,
or
a
between
lot
the
of them
UK, they
would
would
go.
do that. I mean, it's a lot more viable.
Yeah.
So.
I
mean,
was saying
that's on
shit like
Jagex.
they could even charge like quite a bit for like the entrance fee, even I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to make up for like them having to all move over here. Yeah, it's
People would pay money. They truly would. I would. I personally know I would. So.
Because currently, if you're in the U.S. or Canada and you want to go, it's like 1.5K with like everything included, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like a 1K ticket almost, 800 to maybe like almost.
And that's
1,000.
only if you book your flight early.
Yeah, quite
If you
early.
do last minute stuff, it's like.
Yeah.
So.
So I think if they were to be charged like 200 to fly to the nearest state where it is, they probably wouldn't mind paying like $300 for a ticket almost just to get in.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds expensive, but when you add it up together, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, if they make it worth it, then people will pay.
One thing I do gotta say though is like, I don't even find RuneFest that fun. It's just like the meeting of people is the only,
meeting people itself.
it's the only fun part of it. Like being at the actual RuneFest is like, meh, we could do this anywhere, honestly.
Yeah.
it's kind of funny.
I hate to say it, I know they put a lot of effort into all the props and everything, but
It's
like, okay,
too childish.
yeah,
It's
a little tacky.
like, bitch, I'm not like in grade school trying to go to like the first party of the year.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate the effort I put in. I mainly am just there to see people.
This last year they went like all out.
Yeah,
Like
they went pretty hard, dude.
2017 they went all out on like they had like a fucking bridge that was like going over the water.
Yeah. I mean, the best thing about this past thing was obviously meeting people, but the biggest thing for me with this past one was that I got to play on stage for the Deadman tournament, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So, like that, I'll probably never experience that again. So that was cool. But that was just one thing out of many. So
yeah, I would definitely suggest to people who might be like American, if you don't want to go to RuneFest or you don't want to cost that much money, just plan like just a regular meet with your friends that are in the U.S. and just like get like a little place together and just chill for like a week and just go around. I think the same outcome would happen.
Make it a trip, exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you're just there for the 2.5 days that RuneFest is there, then
it's not worth it.
It'll be fun, but you're spending thousands of dollars for a couple of days, which friendships are nice, but money is too.
Yeah, I mean, having more of it's a little bit nicer than having a lot less.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions that you kind of want to ask, like at all, just to summarize?
Just to summarize everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are your plans for 2018, dude? Are you gonna try to max the hardcore? Max any more accounts?
The hardcore has to get maxed. Yeah.
Has to get maxed this year.
It has to get maxed.
Are we doing raids? That's another question.
We will do raids after.
We'll do a couple raids.
We'll do after max.
Oh, after max. Okay, I gotcha.
I'm not that far from being max. I don't think.
Cool. Yeah, I'm.
I think I have like, dude, I have like 97 herblore banked. I think.
Wow. That's pretty nutty.
It's a lot of herb runs.
I have my wallpaper is your EHP, dude. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Motivates me every day.
I was hoping it would. What are you like currently working on for the hardcore? Just Hunter for 99?
So yeah, the goal is Hunter to 99 and then Chin to 99. And then I think I want to do a couple raids. But if I don't find people to do raids with me, then I'm probably just gonna go back to Slayer and then get 93.
You should probably you have it in Butte Heart, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I was on. That was the only thing I had on you for a while. Then you recently got yours.
Now I have 2 Ranger boots, bitch.
Why did you do? Wait. So why did you do the medium clues because you wanted to, or did you actually want a second pair?
No, I just because there's a counter for it, and it counts how many you've done.
Gotcha.
There's like a high score for it, right? So like,
it's
high score
the medium
related.
blue
I
high
guess.
score. Yep.
I knew I would eventually maybe get a second anyways, but yeah.
Yeah, when you do Cerberus, that'll be nice to have 2 pairs.
Yeah, like I'm gonna have 2 of them now, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, I can't wait to die. What do you do? Okay, so like, I guess you probably want to get 93 Slayer then, right? For the Occult Knights.
Yeah. Well, when I get 93, I'll camp Zora too. I'll finish the diaries, and then I'll camp Zora for blowpipe and try it and everything. So, okay. I like Zora. It's pretty chill. Just have to make sure. I mean, with the extra life, it's really hard to die there. So.
If you DC, you're still in there though, right?
Yeah, if you DC, you technically, even if it kills you, you're still in there. But you have your... No, actually you don't, because you're wearing... Technically you'd be wearing the Ring of Suffering and the Ring of Recoil. So
yeah,
it's still risky.
It's still kind of like...
The servers have been good. I have DC'd very little the past few months, but
it's
you never
still
know
a
when
question of just like testing your luck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's literally what it comes down to. Like, even if the servers are good, your internet could just go out. Like, that happens sometimes, right?
100%. I've had that happen. My power goes out occasionally. I'm like, oh, thank God I was at the bank, because it could have been anywhere.
Yeah, it's really shit.
I mean, at the end of the day, if I die on my hardcore, I'll be sad because it really is... Hardcore content's really unique, and I think people enjoy it a bit more.
Would you start over? I guess that should have been a question.
No, I don't think
Would you start over for the 5th time, bro?
4th. Thank you very much. Nah, I wouldn't, dude. I don't think I would. What about you?
I don't think I could get the courage to start over, especially from where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I don't like 25 mil Slayer doing like. Nah.
That's a long. I mean, you've been at it for you've only been at it for like 7-8 months now or whatever, right?
8.5 roughly, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, know if I'd want to. It's just too much. I'd rather just be regular Iron Man. I think. I'll accept the half view count. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll let my views drop to half. It's okay. It's not worth it.
I mean, I just think about hardcore and I think you've sort of noticed this with a friend with his videos, but I think he was really into his hardcore stuff.
Oh yeah, when he died, you could tell it. He died too. He died with it.
It affected him, man. You definitely could tell it affected him. I feel bad because
he probably wakes up every day and just looks up his account like, no.
Yeah, I know, right? The thing is, if he were to make a new hardcore, people would love it. You know, he would.
Yeah.
He would.
I think he will eventually make one.
I think he will too. Yeah.
I think he'll eventually be like, you know what? Fuck it. I hate making content on this account. It's too hard. I'm gonna make a new account. Fresh,
yeah, I think once he's gotten over it, and then he's waited a little bit, people will continue to watch it. I mean, it's a friend. People will watch him no matter what. So.
Yeah. All right. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. We're at an hour and 35 minutes. I'm gonna say,
nice.
What should be the magic word if you've watched this far? Go ahead and come up with
hardcore, by the way.
Hardcore, by the way. Like all the way typed out, or just HC, by the way?
HC, by the way.
Okay, HC, by the way, if you've watched this entire podcast.
Yes.
Tell us if you guys enjoyed it, and any questions you guys would have for Soup and his next podcast I'll probably be doing with him.
Yes.
Just put it out below. Thank you, Soup, for taking the time out of your
Thanks for having me, man.
Your busy day. I know you have
very fun. Yeah, I had to clear my schedule for this. So.
Yeah, you had to cancel some girls and everything. I'm surprised you even canceled some girls for some of this. Anyways, wait, go ahead. What are you saying?
I was saying bye.
Oh, would you like to say bye like a friend for us at the very ending?
I tried. I just tried right there.
That was okay.
Okay.
On three, you can try it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Bye.
That was not bad. So some of you guys might not actually know, but this is the first time I ever talked to Soup on microphone, and just recorded just the starting of it, just because I knew I'd have some type of blooper. So here he is, if you made it to the entire thing, the starting of this Discord call, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Remember, 2,000 likes. Let's go for it.
You not use Discord at all?
No, I only downloaded it once just to talk to like one person. And then I just kind of like left it there.
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
I got into it recently. I like it.
Is that like your Discord, whatever, over there?
Yeah, that's like my sub Discord for Twitch and stuff.
So you gotta like pay money to join?
I mean, technically, yeah. Every time somebody subs to me on Twitch, I'm like, hey, guess what? You can now join my sub Discord.
You now pay enough money to talk to me.
Yeah. I have a CC Discord too to even it out. So.
Oh, fuck me on that one, dude. That's the people that don't pay you.
Dude, I gotta get perks for subbing, man. You know, I gotta do something.
If you sub, I might talk to you. Or you can just watch the live stream for 4 hours.
Dude, the thing is, people are like, yeah, I joined your sub Discord. And I'm like, why don't you talk? And they're like, oh, I'm too nervous. I'm like, okay. I don't know. It's so much better than Skype, what I used back in the day. So.
Yeah. Did you want me to like show you any of the questions, or you just want to like roll it like completely freestyle?
Are they the questions you sent me on Twitter?
Yeah, those were like most of them. Like, so you've already seen most of them.
Cool. I'll just get those up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna like just go like just pick random questions. I'm not gonna go like in order or anything.
Okay, no, that's cool. I'm pretty good on.
I'm gonna pick
questions anyway. So
there's gonna be some RuneScape related, some not. I don't want to make it just RuneScape related. That might be kind of boring.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of you're gonna zone out after a while.
Yeah. No, I get that.
There's not that many interesting things to say about RuneScape. So what do you think of the new boss?
Are you gonna do it on your hardcore?
Dude, I'm so regretting like having a hardcore at this point. You can't do that much content.
Yeah, it's
so shit.
That new boss too, the final quest boss, Dragon Slayer 2, AIDS.
Yeah, I've heard so.